Your memory is lying to you right now, and you'd never know. Think of a clear moment, a birthday, an argument, your first day somewhere. You can see it, you'd swear it's true. But your brain isn't playing a recording. It's rebuilding the scene from scratch and quietly changing it. Once you see how, you can't unsee it. Here's what we get wrong. We treat memory like a video file. Press play, and the past comes back exactly as it was. That feels obvious. It's also false. Memory is not a recording. There is no file. There is no playback. What actually happens is stranger, and it changes how much you can trust your own mind. So what is memory? It's a reconstruction. Your brain doesn't store the whole scene. It keeps scattered fragments, a face, a feeling, a flash of color. When you remember, it grabs those pieces and builds a scene that feels complete. And the parts it's missing? You fill in the gaps, with logic, with expectation, with what usually happens. You don't notice the seams. The story just feels whole. A psychologist named Bartlett proved this almost 100 years ago. He had people read a strange, unfamiliar story, then retell it later. And they didn't just forget. They changed it. They cut the weird parts. They added details that made it make sense. Their brains weren't recalling, they were reconstructing, reshaping the past to fit what they expected. And the scary part? None of them felt like they were inventing. Now here's where it gets real. Your memory isn't just shaped from the inside, it can be edited from the outside. In a famous study, people watched a car crash, then got asked a question. Half were asked how fast the cars were going when they hit. The other half when they smashed. Same crash, one different word. And the smashed group remembered it as faster, and even remembered broken glass that was never there. One word rewrote the past. But the next lever is the one that fools even confident people. It gets stranger. You can plant a memory that never happened at all. Researchers told adults a false childhood story, that they once got lost in a shopping mall as a kid. It was completely made up. But after a few sessions, a quarter of them remembered it. They described the panic. They added details no one gave them. A memory that never happened now felt like their own. Your brain can't always tell the difference between what happened and what you were told, which kills the biggest assumption of all. We think, I remember it so clearly, it must be true. But here's the lever almost no one knows. Confidence is not accuracy. They feel like the same thing. They are not. You can be completely sure and completely wrong, and feel zero difference from being right. Vividness isn't proof. It's just how the brain flags a memory as important. So when something feels absolutely certain, that's not a reason to stop questioning it. The clearest example hides in your biggest moments. The day you heard shocking news, a tragedy, a loss. You feel like you remember exactly where you were, what you wore, who said it first. But studies tracked these flashbulb memories over years, and the confidence stayed high while the accuracy dropped. People swore the details were exact and got them wrong. The brighter the memory feels, the more you trust it. That brightness is not the same as truth, and it isn't just you. Sometimes whole crowds remember it wrong, the exact same way. A famous quote nobody actually said. A logo detail that was never there. A movie line millions misremember word for word. People call it the Mandela effect. It happens because we all reconstruct from the same expectations, so we make the same edits. A false memory can go viral without anyone lying. Now the part that flips everything. You'd think the memories you revisit most are the most accurate. The opposite is closer to true. Because every time you recall a memory, your brain pulls it out and then puts it back, slightly rewritten. A small new detail, a shift in tone, the mood you're in today. Scientists call this reconsolidation. The memory you replay the most is the one you've edited the most. You're not visiting the past, you're overwriting it every time you recall it. But there are levers that keep memory honest. Lever 1. Write it down early. A memory is most accurate right after it forms, before you retell it, before others reshape it, before time blurs the edges. So for things that matter, a decision, an event, something someone said, capture it fast. A quick note, a voice memo, a timestamp. Later, your confident memory will quietly disagree with your own notes. Trust the notes. They were written before the rewrite. Lever 2. Doubt the vivid ones. Not in a paranoid way, in a calm, curious way. When a memory feels unusually sharp, unusually certain, ask one quiet question. How do I actually know this part is true? Separate what you saw from what you assumed. Separate what happened from what you were told. You don't have to distrust everything. You just stop treating confidence as evidence. And the third lever is the one that saves your relationships. Lever 3. Hold memory loosely with other people. Two people can remember the same event in two honest, completely different ways, and both can be sincere. Neither is lying. Both brains reconstructed it. So instead of, "That's not what happened," try, "That's not how I remember it." Same words, less war. None of this means your memory is useless. It means you stop trusting it blindly and start trusting it wisely. Memory is a story, retold. Now you know which levers keep it honest. I turned the misinformation effect into a 40-second short. It'll mess with you. It's right there. If this changed how you see your own past, subscribe. Every week we take one strange thing your brain does quietly and pull the levers apart. Because somewhere in your mind, a memory you trust completely is already being rewritten. I'll see you in the next one.